Welcome back to the Brianna and Devin Toy Channel. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you guys how to make a super cute cookie plush. And this one is going to be a chocolate chip cookie. And basically, I got the idea to do this video because I recently just found this fabric in my house. And I was like, oh, I could just do a plush video. And I've never made a plush out of this kind of fabric, and obviously you don't have to use this kind. You can use felt, old clothes, but this is just a brown fabric that I just found, and I think it's from some sort of company because it has some words on the back. But it's this really holey, has lots of holes in it, holey fabric, and I'm just really excited to make this cookie plush. So basically the materials you'll be needing for this plush are something to trace the circle, some paint if you want to paint on the facial features of your plush, and you don't have to add a face to this, but that's what I'm going to do. Some scissors, a needle and thread, and I just keep stuff in here. Some toy stuffing, and you can also use other pieces of fabric or foam, memory foam to stuff this, just shredded pieces of foam, tissues, just some sort of thing to stuff your plush, and also some brown and black or a darker brown fabric. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get right on into this video. Okay, so for this plush, all you want to do to start off is to take your piece of fabric and just fold it in half so we get both sides of the fabric. This is kind of wrinkled a little bit, but it should be fine. And just kind of line up all the sides to make sure everything is even. Alright, so once everything is even, now we're just going to cut out 2 circles. So basically, you should try to find something circular in your house. It could be anything. I'm actually using this thing of crayons because it's a circular shape in the bottom. So basically, I'm just going to take this and take my Sharpie or whatever you're using to draw the circle, and then just draw a circle right around it. So alright, here we have my circle, and now once that is drawn, just go ahead and cut along the line, making sure you have 2 layers of fabric because you're going to need 2 circles. Alright, so now once you've cut both of those out, you should have 2 circles like this, and mine are a little bit bent just because of the fabric, but yeah, now that is it you're going to be needing for your lighter brown fabric. Alright, so now I have some dark brown felt scraps that I've just used in the past, and I'm just going to basically cut out about 5 good-sized circles, and to do this, I'm going to actually trace around a coin, and that's going to give me some really good shaped circles. So I'm just using a quarter here, and I'm just going to go ahead and fold my fabric in half just to make the cutting less hard and more easy. And I'm just going to go ahead and draw 3 circles. Alright, so once you draw out those 3 circles, just go ahead and cut them out. And I'm actually going to cut out 6 circles in all because might as well just cut out an extra one. So I'm just going to keep my fabric folded and make sure I have 2 layers of fabric and just cut those 6 circles out. Okay, so once you've cut out your 6 circles, just go ahead and assemble them on one of the pieces of your cookie fabric. This is how I assembled mine, and now we're going to cut out 5 more circles for the other side because it would be weird if the cookie only had chocolate chips on one side. Okay, so now once you have all of your chocolate chips cut out, I'm going to start with this side with some 6 chocolate chips, and I'm going to start sewing those chips on. So I'm just going to go one by one and just start sewing them on. Alright guys, so now once you have one of them sewn on, just sew on all the other ones. And you can do this with a sewing machine if you want, but I'm just going to go ahead and use this hand stitching process. Alright guys, so I finished sewing on all of the chocolate chips, and this is what they look like. And basically now, if you have some more leftover thread from your last chocolate chip that you sewed on, you can use that to now sew these two pieces together. And we're going to end up flipping these inside out. So basically line them up good side against good side, which what I mean by that is like the chocolate chip side to the chocolate chip side. Then we're just going to line. I'm basically just going to go ahead and do this stitch all the way around the perimeter. Alright guys, so I just went ahead and actually used a sewing machine for the edges because I just thought that would be a lot faster. But once everything is sewed, now also make sure to leave a little gap when you're sewing the edges. And now the next step is to just turn the squishy right back out. And if you are using a fabric like my fabric that is kind of hard to work with, make sure you're very careful with this step. Alright, so this is what it looks like now that it is flipped inside out, and the cookie's actually looking pretty cool. And as you can see, the ends where it didn't really get closed off are very frayed, so I'm definitely going to have to fix that up. But for now, the next step is to start stuffing this. Alright guys, so this is what my little cookie plush looks like so far. I stuffed it and it's looking really cool. I really love it. But I have this huge gap right here that I need to fix up. And if you have fabric that is like fraying like mine, I'm just kind of like fold it in a little bit. And then I'm going to use my sewing machine to just go over the edge and sew that up. Okay guys, so I went ahead and closed up the gap, and I found that it was way too hard to use a sewing machine for this. So I just went ahead and stitched it by hand, and you could barely see the stitching. And I think I covered it up pretty well, except for the fact that this thing is now poking out, which I don't really like, but it's fine. And I still really love how this plush turned out. But we're not done yet because we still need to add the face. And if you don't want to add a face, you don't have to, and you could just put another big chocolate chip here. But I love cute plushies, so I'm definitely going to add a face. And for this face, I'm just going to do a smile. So I'm using some dark brown fabric paint for this, and this is the tulip fabric paint. Make sure to use fabric paint or else the paint will crack and it might fall off. You could also use some felt if you don't have any paint, or you can even draw on a face with some marker. But I'm just going to use a toothpick to apply this. Alright, so this is the finished cookie plush, and I'm so happy with how he turned out. It's so amazing. I am so glad that I found a way to use up that spare fabric that I had, and the face is just so cute. So I definitely recommend that you try out this DIY. It is amazing and you'll have a great time doing it. So if you like this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel to see more fun videos like this one. And once you've done that, click that little notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. And you can also comment down below any video suggestions or anything you want. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!